Here is part 2 of my bee themed decor. Today is more centered around bee tiered tray items and DIYs that I'm making with my Cricut. Feel free to check out part 2, which is right here, where I go into detail on some fun party decor ideas. But let's start off with this pickle jar. Now these are all really on a budget, so I went ahead and shopped my home. I found an empty pickle jar, cleaned it out, and you can just use some Blue Dawn dish soap, and there's a couple other hacks to get off that label and that sticky residue. Make sure to wash it out really good so it doesn't smell like pickles or tomato sauce, whatever you're using. And then I went in with some white acrylic paint. While it was drying, I hopped onto Cricut Design Space and I started designing a decal. Now this is just something I pulled off of Google, and then I made sure to just have the background in it. I do go into detail more in other tutorials on how to do this, but all I did was create an offset and then slice the image. Super simple, and I've shown this in a lot of tutorials. Now I'm going in to make it. I'm just setting my material to vinyl, and then I'm going to measure what I am working with, and we're good to go. Once the Cricut prompts me to, I'm going to load my mat, cut it out, and when you're taking your material off of your mat, you put the mat upside down and pull the mat away from your decal. This saves your decal from bending and curling, and it just makes it look a lot nicer. So at first I thought I was going to layer on the little tiny shapes, but then I wanted to actually go in with just the outline. I thought this would look really cool, and my vision was this kind of jar to make it more of like a honey and bee kind of pot. I don't know. It ended up working out. You'll see what I did, but for now I'm just layering this on, and then I wanted a little something else. So I went ahead and cut out a little bee SVG that I also got off of Google. Most of the SVGs I use, I get off of Creative Fabrica. I've mentioned them many times and I love them, so feel free to check them out. I do have a link in the description that has a whole discount code and everything for it if you're interested, but some of these I've actually just pulled directly off of Google and then created a cut file out of them, which I have shown in many tutorials, and I'm happy to explain it. If you need any more clarification, just let me know in the comments. This is more of a brief overview kind of tutorial, so I don't have it too long, and I don't want to re-explain things to bore you if I've explained it a few times already. So moving on, I am now weeding out my vinyl and going ahead and cutting out the next little part that I wanted to add to my decal. There we go. And I'm just doing a little layered bumblebee, and I've again shown how to do this little feature with the contour button and create these little layers. It's really simple to do, and once I figured out how to do this, my crafts just got a whole lot, I don't know, they just look so much more professional, I guess you would say. When you add the layers and the different colors, it really makes it more dimensional, and it just really adds that nice beautiful touch. So I wanted to go ahead and do that on this project, and I really liked how this turned out. The next step I did off camera with the paint. So first I measured out the little twine, and then I went with some yellow acrylic paint and just dripped it along the edges. And then I tipped the jar upside down to kind of manipulate the way that the drip lines went, and then let it fully dry. It was super cute. And then I also went ahead on the lid of the jar, and while the paint was still wet, I put the lid on to make it look like the honey was seeping out of it. Then I bought these little bumblebee buttons, I guess you would call them. I don't know what they are. They're from Michael's in the craft section with the buttons and things like that. So I went ahead and tied one of those on with the twine to just add a little touch, and that is it for that jar. It turned out so cute. You could put flowers in here or whatever you like. I was just using it as a little centerpiece for our table or my tiered tray, and I really like how this turned out from just a simple pickle jar and some scrap vinyl that I had in my home. I love just making little budget-friendly crafts, and this next craft I'm working on is another one that I shopped my home. So I had these little wooden plaques from many projects ago around Christmas time. I like to just go ahead and paint them with some acrylic paint and a sponge brush. It dries fairly quickly, which I love. I wanted to go around with some darker paint on the edges to make it look more rustic and farmhouse-like, more roughed up, if that made sense, but I didn't want it to look too dark, so then I took a little paper towel and kind of smudged it across, which gave it that effect. So now that I've gone ahead and done the paint while it's drying, I'm going to prep my decal. So the next step for that is just on Cricut Design Space, I'm uploading the little cut file that I've chosen and then loading my Cricut mat. I went in with this gray and I really love how it turned out. It made it look like an old rustic farmhouse sign, which was so cute. And then for this one, I am going to use the reverse weeding method, which is where instead of weeding it fully out and then adding your transfer tape, you kind of do it backwards. You put the transfer tape on, you pull it up, and then you weed it out while it's on the transfer tape. This technique works wonderful for those really small, intricate designs and little tiny cuts. That way it stays on the transfer tape and you're not pulling up parts of the letters and design, and it can kind of damage your decal. So this way is really simple to do and very helpful for these tiny, intricate kind of cuts like this one. I was so pleased with how this method worked, and I highly recommend you try it out on any intricate fonts or tiny designs you're working on. Now I'm just going ahead and adding my transfer onto my little sign that I have going here, and that's it. I also had this little Dollar Tree, I don't even know, photo stand holder thing, and I just went ahead and put it on there on my tiered tray, which you'll see in the end, and it just turned out so cute. And the reason I love these little signs is I can also paint the back and make it for a whole new project, so it's multi-use. I love things like that. This next one, I went ahead and used one of those fruit cup or pudding jars. You can use anything around your home for this. Seriously, I've seen so many different things being made out of this. Egg cartons, you know, whatever. And I'm trying to make a little beehive. So I took some twine that I had. I would have liked to do it with that brown twine, but unfortunately I did not have that on me. So I just went ahead with what I had, and I wrapped it around with the hot glue. I made a little loop at the top, and then I'm just going to continue spinning. Now I did want to put some bumblebees on here or something to kind of cover it a little more and add a little something to it. So I racked my brain a little bit and then thought making some very tiny little paper flowers would be so cute. Now I have a full tutorial teaching you how to do these rolled paper flowers and where I got the cut file. All of that's included in that tutorial there. So I will link that right up here for you, so you can go there if you want to learn how to do that. It is fairly simple, but I just didn't want to make this tutorial too long for you today and be too repetitive because I just uploaded that a few weeks ago. Now I went ahead and with some acrylic paint painted out the little hole for the bees, and I just wanted to add some tiny finishing touches. So I went ahead with the little flowers, a little bumblebee, and then some twine around the hole for the bees to just make it look like a little beehive. And I just think this turned out so cute. Oh yeah, I really think the flowers were a nice little touch. I also wanted to go in with just some scraps. So again, this is a project I did with just my scraps. I really love how this one turned out, and I also like how you can pretty much use anything to make this, any type of recycling or really any shape, because beehives can look like whatever you want. So it was a cute little addition to the tiered tray, and I just love the budget-friendly aspect of all of these crafts. This last one, I was not too sure if I was going to include it in the video. I was debating on just cutting it out, but as you know, on my channel, I like to show everything. And so my goal originally was to make a candle, I don't even know, like add maybe a little decal to the candle or something. I didn't have an exact plan, but I knew I wanted to add vinyl to this candle. And if you saw the tutorial before this where I showed my bumblebee party decor, you would see that I made a little tiny candle, and that's what I ended up doing after this one did not work. But originally I wanted to do this yellow candle. So I measured it out, I created my design, and it was the same little shapes that I did for my jar that you saw at the beginning of this tutorial. And when I tried to stick it onto my candle, it would not stick down. This candle was very textured with wax, if that makes sense. So it was really cute, but the vinyl would not stick to it whatsoever because of the wax. And I had so much troubles. So then I tried taking off the vinyl and sticking it down on something else, and just was not working at all. As you saw in the first tutorial for this bumblebee party, I did go ahead and just create a whole new decal for a different candle that was not textured. So the reason I'm showing you this today is to tell you that it doesn't work on every type of candle, which apparently I didn't know. So look for one that is not textured, it's just flat, or if you can find one that has a little holder or a glass case, something like that, that you can decorate, and that's awesome. But a candle like this that's very waxy will not work. Now you can see here the one I tried to do with this, but because there was already wax on the vinyl would not stick to anything properly, it would not adhere. So I just went ahead and cut a whole new decal out and put it on my smaller candle, which you saw in tutorial number 1. And for this yellow candle, what I ended up doing, because vinyl would not work, I took some little twine and those little button bumblebee things that I had and just added that on there. That way I could still add a little touch. Now that I think about it, I could have made maybe a little cardstock cutout or something like that for it, but this is what I went with because honestly, I was so frustrated at this point. So that is my mini little bumblebee themed tiered tray that I did for the party. If you see anything in here that I didn't mention or you need more clarification, please let me know in the comments. Like I said, I have a part 1 of this video showing the rest of the decor. Otherwise, I did a bunch of lives showing everything else. So everything is somewhere on my channel. I will try to link it all down below. Otherwise, you can check out the playlist to find them. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you all in the next one. Happy crafting!